how to heal a relationship which is becoming increasingly conflict-ridden. I am making a sincere effort to be friendly with the person, but is it working? In human relationships, what is important is your inner thoughts and feelings, not your outer behavior. You need not make any effort to be outwardly friendly with the person. You must try to resolve the inner sources of the conflict. Whenever sadhaks in the ashram complained to the mother of the relationship problem, she gave more or less the same discipline. So, MP Pandit's pointing out a very important thing. He's saying if you're in conflict with a person, first you'll obviously realize that you're constantly thinking negative things about the person. Or if that person has hurt you, you're constantly regurgitating, she did this, how could she do that, I did so much, she did, that dialogue is constantly going on in your mind. And it's not going on only in your mind. Every thought is an energy which reaches the person you're thinking of. Believe it or not, it reaches. So if you're thinking negatively about the person, you're already creating conflict. It's no use speaking sweet, kind words if in your mind you haven't released that negative thinking. So whenever you're in conflict with a person, the first step is work on yourself to release the negative thinking about the person. Because if you don't do that, it cannot get resolved outside. And the moment you come to peace about it inside you, the moment you just don't feel drawn to thinking negatively about the person, the conflict will get resolved outside. So that is the first step. Now, how do we do that? That's the big one, because the pull of the negative thinking is so much when we are hurt, angry, resentful, or fearful. So, first look into the inner causes of the conflict. Get rid of all the negative thoughts, feelings, and attitudes which create the conflict, not by struggling with it, but by a calm inner detachment and rejection. Cultivate the opposite thoughts and feelings like understanding, sympathy, goodwill. I forget who said it, but a great writer said that if you could read the secret history of your worst enemy, if you could read the secret history, the history you don't know, of your worst enemy, you'd find enough compassion in your heart to disarm all hostility. But because we don't know, we keep feeling, how can she do that? How can she do that? But if we give up our negative thinking and we sit quietly with ourselves, then sometimes we'll realize, oh, she has this scar from the past. That's why she's behaving like that. Oh, he has this, so he's behaving like that. So when you really understand why the person's behaving like that, what is the person's history that goes into making the person how the person is, you will obviously feel less agitated towards the person. So MP Pandit says, when you pursue this discipline with sincerity and persistence, it has an occult, hidden, subtle impact on the other person. And one day when you meet the other person, both of you smile spontaneously and the conflict is resolved. But don't expect immediate results. It may not happen the very next day, or sometimes it may not happen at all. In the spiritual path, you have to put into practice what you feel as true with a tenacious persistence without constantly looking for results. In fact, this eagerness and anxiety for the result prevents the result from coming. You have to do things because you feel it as true and not for getting results. So beautiful. We always do things to get results. But Mother's saying you have to do things because they are your truth. Never mind whether the result is it pleases someone, displeases someone, but it's your truth and you're acting from that truth.